It's my pleasure to welcome you all for the world of physics. Dear students, physics is a branch of science which deals with many aspects. One among them is force and pressure. In our 8th standard, chapter 1 deals on force and pressure. So, we will have a discussion on force. Actions like picking, opening, shutting, kicking, hitting, lifting, flicking, pushing, pulling are often used to describe certain tasks. Each of these actions usually results in some kind of change in the state of motion of an object. Can these terms be replaced with one or more terms? Let us find out through some activity. Now, look at this table, children. Here, some activities are listed out. The first one is moving a book placed on a table. Here, what we have to find out, see that the description is moving a book placed on table. Here, we have to identify the action, whether that action is pushing or pulling or lifting. Sometimes it may be just pushing or pulling or lifting, or it may be both pushing and pulling or pulling and lifting, or even all the three it may be. But in general here, these actions are grouped under two main aspects, either push or pull. Now just you take moving a book placed on a table. Moving a book placed on a table. So therefore, that book can be pushed, or even it can be pulled, or even that can be lifted. Hence, here the actions are pushing, pulling, lifting can be grouped under push and pull. Our answer is yes, yes. Now just I'm giving you 2 minutes. Just think over it. Look at that table, children. Opening or shutting a door. Here, opening or shutting a door. Here, we have to find out whether that action is pushing, pulling, lifting, or look at that table above. In the brackets, there are many options. Which will be the suitable that you have to identify. Take the third, drawing a bucket of water from a well. A football player taking a penalty kick. A cricket ball hit by a batsman. Moving a loaded cart. Opening a drawer. Just you see once. I will give you 1 minute, children. Just go in horizontal. Pushing, pulling, lifting. That is, the first one is an example. Likewise, you think over it. These situations come under which action? Okay. Now just look at this table with the possible actions. First one already we discussed, moving a book placed on a table, pushing, pulling, lifting, then push and pull both S's. Opening or shutting a door. These are all our day-to-day daily life experiences. Opening or shutting a door. Pushing, yes. Pulling, yes. Even sometimes it may be a lifting like that, or even lowering. That depends upon the type of the doors, all those things. Hence, push and pull both yes and yes. See the next activity. Drawing a bucket of water from a well. Lowering first. Okay, the bucket goes down. Next, after filling, then it is lifting. And to lift, we have to pull. Thus, it becomes yes, yes for both push and pull. The next action is a football player. Football is an interesting game. Just you watch. Now, just here you correlate that one. A football player taking a penalty kick. The quite very anxious moment is that one, isn't it? Now, therefore, that comes under pushing, yes, then lifting, kicking, and hitting. Yes. What about the pull? No. Just only push means that kick, all those things. Next, a cricket ball hit by a batsman. So therefore, here the action is hitting, then lifting, and flicking. Sometimes even it is flicked. Next action situation is moving a loaded cart, pulling and pushing. Hence, push, pull, both yes, yes. Opening a dryer, it is opening a dryer, it is very clear, children, it is the pulling. So, therefore, no push. When we open means it is only what pulling, therefore, no push, but pull is yes. Now, hence, we can define force as what? Nothing but a simple push or pull exerted by an object on another is called force. Correct, children? Hence, in a simple word, we can put force is a push or pull. All those examples, what we have just seen, just correlate with this definition. Has a force only magnitude, that means how much, or both direction and magnitude. This we will discuss in detail in further classes. Now just it's quite common sense. Correct? Has a force only magnitude or both direction and magnitude. Force has both magnitude and direction. How do we justify, children? Just to pull the dryer. Okay, we have to apply the force, how much? And in order to pull out, the direction is very important. Thus, wherever we find application of the force, there it comes these two aspects, which are those magnitude and direction. Another question on this: specify push or pull when dealing with two magnets with similar and opposite poles. When we take two poles, if they are like poles, north, north, or south, south, we say like, the like poles will repel. And if you bring one north towards south, then they attract. That's what here, just you see. Specify push or pull when dealing with two magnets with similar and opposite poles. The same poles of two magnets repel. Nothing but like poles repel. That means push each other. Other push each other, while opposite poles pull each other. That means attraction. Push each other means repulsion, children. So thus, with respect to the first observations, we can define force as what? Nothing but in science, we can put one simple explanation, or we could say a simple definition. What is force? Force is push or pull. Now we shall take the second aspects. What is that? Forces are due to an interaction. So here force is because of interaction. Just you see their children. The first one is what? A man standing behind a stationary car. Just a stationary car. Next, he pushes so that now the car starts to move. So just in the beginning, it doesn't mean always we have to push like that and all. Just only in this situation, see that interaction between the car and the person. Next, you see that who is pushing whom. These are all common in our day-to-day life. Even you might have been played like this. Okay, this is pushing each other. Therefore, there exists a force between the interaction of those two girls. Next, you look at the another one. Who is pulling whom? Okay, quite interesting game. With that pulling, we play all these type of games. So here also interaction between two. Next, you see the quite interesting one. Okay, who is pulling whom? Hence, we can conclude what? Forces are due to an interaction. Now, based on these observations, we shall have some questions. The first one, what results in force between two objects? An interaction of one object with another results in a force between the two objects. Hence, we could put in a simple sentence what causes force means here. It is nothing but what? An interaction. What is the necessary condition for a force to come into play? At least two objects must interact for a force to come into play. Just think over it. Force to come into play. See, just say, let us take the cricket ball. Okay, when it comes out of the hand of the bowler, just it goes. Next, when the batsman hits, then it changes its direction, its magnitude, then it goes with a definite force. Okay, children. So like that, what is the necessary condition for a force to come into play? At least two objects must interact for a force to come into play. On the basis of interaction, what are the two categories of forces? The two categories of forces are contact forces and non-contact forces. So in the first class, just I introduced only what is force. Force is a push or pull. Then forces are due to what? In further classes, we will discuss the features and application of the forces.